Hello, everyone. You listen to another episode of Let's Talk Sports with Tim McKain, and I am here with Jason Dula. He is a kickboxing 2-0. How you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm feeling great. How about yourself, Tim?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. So, my first question to you is, when did you fall in love with the fight game? When did you first fall in love with kickboxing?
Oh man, I used to take karate when I was in middle school. I used to watch Dragon Ball as a little kid, and I wanted to be Piccolo. My friends were at like they were Saiyans, and I wanted to be Piccolo, being that I was long. I had the longest limbs of all of my friends. So like, I think I fell in love with sparring and karate as a teenager, and then from then on, I've dabbled in it. People tell me to play basketball, and I would always daydream about fighting. Even when I'm on the football field or the basketball court or whatever other sport, I was daydreaming about fighting.
So, question: did you play basketball and football in high school and college?
I played basketball and football in high school. In college, I went to an art school, so we didn't have athletics at my college that I went to. But yeah, I played basketball and football, and I kind of regretted that. The whole time I was playing basketball, I was thinking about I should be on the wrestling team. I should really be on the wrestling team.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So what led you to like change from going to playing basketball and football to transitioning to um, kickboxing? And also, like, was there any like criticism of that decision of like leaving basketball and football and then going to kickboxing?
Um, I I started this combat sport career pretty late. I'm 33 years old, so I only started this journey 2 years ago. Um, and so I've been in the army. I deployed to Iraq twice. Um, and real combat experiences. There's nothing that compares to war quite like fighting. Like fighting is kind of the closest thing to quench my thirst or my appetite for that extreme rush that I got from being in those high intense situations. So for me, it wasn't really a comparison between those sports. It was just at that time in my life, I needed something else. And combat sports has always been something I've been daydreaming about for decades. So I just got brave and decided to let's go try this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, what is it like for you now living your dream, something you've been dreaming about for decades? I know that's got to be a joyous type feeling that you're finally able to do some of the things you've been dreaming about.
Man, it is blissful every day that I get to get up and go do what I love to do. Like I really feel like I'm a real life anime character. Like I'm out here doing things I see cartoon characters do. I can do that. Then plus the fact other people are working 9 to 5. I mean, I got a job, but I'm primarily focused on being a prize fighter, being a combat fighter, and to do what I want to do for the rest of my life just brings joy to me every day. So a lot of times, my opponents or people I'm sparring with are like, "Why are you always smiling? Why are you always smiling?" Man, I'm always excited because this is what I want to do. There's no better place I'd rather be than to be fighting you right now. Let's do this.
Okay, okay. So my next question is, like you said, you're 33 years old. You've been doing this for 2 years now. A lot of people they wonder about the age and you just fighting for 2 years, but you also fought in the military. So how has the military helped
True.
you? Maybe the military has helped you prepare yourself for the fight game, whereas somebody who was 31 or 30 who just started the fight game, they wouldn't have the same experience that you did.
Um, I say like the fortitude, just being in an intense situation. I've seen other fighters have such high anxiety when they're about to go into the fight or preparing for the camp. Me, I'm like, this does not compare with war. Like, we are just about to go, touch each other. This is not that big of a deal. So, like, those obstacles that I've already overcame through, from basic training to going to combat situation, helping my guys survive situations that were life or death situations, and being like giving them medical care in those situations. Man, a fight is just another walk in the park, man, compared. Hey. So I do have an advantage on that.
Wow.
In that aspect, for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, speaking on your size, I was like, okay, 6'5", and he's heavyweight. He's huge. Okay. When I look at like mixed martial arts, especially with the bigger guys, it's either knocked out or get knocked out. You either knocking somebody or get knocked out. Like, is that your mentality when you go into the octagon? You're just trying to finish them within that first round, or do you like want to be patient with it? Like, what's your how do you analyze that when you want to go in and end somebody?
My favorite combat, I can answer that like this. My favorite combat sport guy is Tyson Fury. I was watching his technically savvy. He's working the jab. Lennox Lewis was another one of my big influences. The way they work the jab. And the jab's not typically going to knock somebody out, but I just want to be better at this sport, this opportunity to out-strategize my opponent than anybody else. I want to be the best strategist ever. So, like, when I get that opportunity to outwit my opponent, that is everything to me. I usually aren't looking for the knockout until I'm frustrating them to a point to where they're doing something reckless. I'm not looking for the knockout as much as I'm trying to just outpoint them, and I'm trying to beat them up. I'm trying to hurt them, but I'm not looking for the knockout until the knockout shows itself.
I got you. So you mentioned Tyson Fury and Lennox Lewis. Both of those fighters, they were tall fighters, and they know how to use their length. They know how to use their reach. So for you, how long did it take for you to use your reach as an advantage? Because for some fighters, their reach isn't an advantage. How do you use your reach, your length as an advantage?
I started out taking martial arts doing karate. So it was a lot of kicks. So I guess just initially, like, just the way I started learning, I was doing that. And then just always being, like, most of the time when I'm sparring with guys, they're intimidated of me. So, and then I don't think that I have such a happy-go-lucky attitude helps their like confidence. I think it intimidates them even more that I'm so excited that, hey, how you doing? I'm gonna punch you in the face now.
Okay.
So I typically stay back when I'm sparring a lot to give my opponent the opportunity to fight me back, and that just continuously happened that I kind of got pretty good at being long.
I got you. So who was the greatest opponent that you faced so far, and did he push you to your limit? Has anyone ever pushed you to your limit in the octagon?
Man, I've fought two guys, Alex Lockley and Casey Heroin. Casey I fought on 36-hour notice, and that man was a strong person. Yes, he kicks very hard. And Alex was a formidable opponent in his own right as well. But was I pushed to my limit? I wouldn't say I was pushed to my limit in either fight. At neither one of those fights did I ever feel threatened or feel like I wasn't winning this fight. My coach may have felt otherwise, but I never felt threatened. I may have been losing on the points, maybe, perhaps, but I didn't feel like this is hard. This is a challenge. But I do get pushed when in training. Tony Soto, I trained with Tony Soto. I was sparring with Jeremy Holloway. I trained with some beasts. And when I'm at my home gym at Atlantic MMA, that's when I'm getting pushed. That's when I'm getting challenged. By the time it's fight time, I'm training hard for the most part. Training with Tony Soto. By the time it's fight time, it's a walk in the park.
I got you. Well, speaking of training, how much? So I want to ask you a two-part question. So how much training do you do when you're in camp, and then when you're not in camp? And then my next question to you is, how much do you study your opponent during training camp, or do you study at all? Or do you just work on your craft?
Man, I think of myself as a tactician. I would love to study my opponent, but I don't know who these guys are until we link up in the cage. So I don't get the opportunity to study them. I'm pretty flamboyant. I love to socially interact. I'm an extrovert. So like there's plenty of footage of me for my opponents to study me. I wish they'd return the favor, but regardless of that, I like to train twice a day. I guess in camp I like to train twice a day. And out of camp, really, like, I'm starting this dream of mine late. So I really don't feel like there is an off-camp season. Like, I feel like every day I need to be getting after it and waking up and going training. I need to go get this and chase this dream because, nobody beats Father Time.
Man, that's the truth, man. That is the truth. So my last question to you is, so a kid looks up to you and he's like, I want to be like Jason Dula. I want to follow my dreams. What kind of advice would you give him or her on chasing their dreams? And what are your personal keys of success?
Oh man, my personal keys to success is definitely believe in yourself. Don't listen to the discouragement to anybody that's telling you that they can't do it. That's self-doubt in what they can accomplish, and don't let what they have burdening them burden you. Understand that anything that you put the hard work into and you focus on and you attack it with all of your energy, all of your focus, and every bit of your passion, you can accomplish anything from becoming an astronaut to colonizing Mars. Like, there's nothing that us humans can't do if we put our minds to it. From being 400 some odd pounds sitting on the couch to come back to become the world champion of boxing. There's pretty much nothing we can't do if we put our minds to it. So just go out, believe in yourself, and go do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So where can people find you on social media? And do you have a YouTube account where people can look at your videos or anything like that?
You can find me on Dula the Dude on my Instagram, Dula the Dude, Dula DulaDaDude. That's my tag on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, Dula Jason. And my YouTube channel is Jason Dula. I'm pretty sure it's Jason Dula. And for the most part, like, you're gonna see a lot more of me because I went to school for music business. So I'm trying to master this entertainment industry and really be a prize fighter, so to speak. So there's a lot more to come.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And do you have any fight news coming up? Are you planning on having another fight soon?
Oh yeah. I'm fighting Gaffney, South Carolina, November 14th. Yeah, look out for your boy. Title fight. Heavyweight title fight. Yeah, amateur title fight. Yes, sir.
Title fight. Yes, sir. Where will it be at? And can people find you on pay-per-view pay-per-view? Is it on pay-per-view? And are all the tickets sold? And where would the locations be at?
it won't be on pay-per-view as far as I know. They will be posting the footage of the fights up after the event is hosted. There's still tickets available. It's in Gaffney, South Carolina. It's called the Warriors Challenge is the name of the promotion.
Warriors.
And I'll post a link on my page and send you a link, so maybe we can get some news and get that everybody get to see that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Jason. Good luck to your next fight. I'm sure it's gonna be a splash, man.
All right, I appreciate you, Timothy. Hey, you have a great evening.